Baseball Bat Flips Bourbon, a video cast where every week we go over the home run hitters around Major League Baseball, rate their bat flips, should there be one, all while sipping on some bourbon. Julie is with us again this week. Hey, Jules.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back. This was too much fun last time, so I had to do it again. And thank you for asking me to come back because I enjoy it very much.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I feel like we had a really good flow the last time.
Yes. Can I dive into the drink that we're having?
Yeah. What do you got?
I want to start drinking it. Okay, so again, not a bourbon person, so whenever I do guess, we'll just make it a beer. But I thought I'd do something with meaning behind it. So this is called Zombie Dust. I don't know if you can see it because of the glare. Wait, Zombie Dust. And it's by this brewery that's called Three Floyds, which is from Munster, Indiana, which is where my husband's from. So, and it is delicious. And it's a... Cute. I didn't notice this. They call it an undead pale ale. But it's delicious. So that's what I'm having. Zombie Dust from Three Floyds. From Indiana. Yeah.
I have Redemption Bourbon. Okay. This is really good, by the way. And actually, I'm trying to see where this is out of.
It's funny. Yours is Redemption. Mine is Zombie. I'm not saying. It's a little. Well, maybe not that close. Never mind.
A little interesting. It says Lawrenceburg, Indiana. So there you go.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I actually smoked mine. Okay.
I love this.
I use Smoke Top. Shout out to Smoke Top, by the way.
Yeah, you guys, she showed me this. She showed me this earlier. It is the coolest thing in the world.
I love the kits that they have. They're really good. So anyway, so cheers.
Cheers. Blink. And let's
mine is still smoking. So
really?
I'm gonna inhale that.
Mine is not.
Okay, that's good.
If it was, I'd be concerned. Let's do also while we're doing shout out stuff. So I had to wear it. Wearing the same shirt as last time, but slightly different. My Nestor Cortez because of his game today. But I got it from
today.
Oh yeah, well we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But so I got it off of RotoWear. So I'm wearing my local, well not local, but smaller, not MLB shirt. But so RotoWear, where they design it, the people that sell it are the ones that design it, and then she's wearing hers.
Pitchin' Ninja. Hello, Pitchin' Ninja. Yeah.
Pitchin' Ninja.
Shout out to the Pitchin' Ninja and to RotoWear.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
I'm a big fan of those because it's going towards the people that actually are working hard for it. Not that MLB isn't, but they got plenty. They got plenty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, so you want to dive in?
Let's just dive right into it. Yeah. So we are a full month already into the baseball season, and you're not going to believe this, but we are at 774 home runs, league-wide.
Jeez.
Almost 800 home runs only a month in. Is that even normal? I don't know.
No. I don't know, but it feels like I'll look it up at some point. But yeah. That is a little crazy. I'm curious. Well, I feel like in general, I feel like things are further along this year versus last year. For example, with Glaber, and I was texting you this, but they don't know that. But anyways, it was for Mother's Day, my husband and I went to New York, went to the Yankees game, and we saw Glaber hit his first home run of the season. I feel like it was. I really feel like it was, because he was in quite the slump. And I think it's funny that on Mother's Day, he also hit that walk-off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I was thankfully that was not his first of the season. But
yeah, in the Little League part, don't forget about that.
Oh yeah! It was done in the Little League part. I cannot, and I'm sure everyone has already beaten us to death talking about it. But why? The statement I have to say is why. It's they were even saying it. The announcers, even Maven, they were still going on there why would you even sorry you lost, but seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man,
it's tacky. It was kind of tacky.
Yeah, it was just, and it's not like it was one of the players or one of the. It was like it was the manager, right? Am I correct? If I remember, just clarifying. I was sure it was, but I mean the manager. Like, you expect the players to be they have some, you're like, oh, they're the players, but the managers are supposed to be the professional example.
Right.
I guess you could say that. But yeah. So what did you think of so what do you think of this doubleheader game Sunday?
Don't get me started on the doubleheader. I also was, the whole thing threw me off because there was no baseball for like 3 days.
Yeah. But I did like, I shouldn't be like proud of this one, but like I definitely was enjoying 2 games in one day.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it was like baseball
but I wasn't.
all day. Yeah.
And on a day where I wasn't visiting my mom because I'd already seen her. So it was like, sweet. If I had been visiting my mom, which I love her, but I wouldn't have been able to see it. So I'm okay with that. But if I were to sum up Sunday's 2 games into one word, it would be pointless.
Right.
Because I even joked, I was like, if we even out on the games, it's going to be like, oh, well, then today was like nothing. But at least we got one, and
see, we how many series have we won? 6 or 7. What's
something
the
like
streak
that
now? I don't even know. It's something like that, right? We're 6 or 7.
You would ask. I had it.
Yeah,
something crazy.
The one stat we didn't pull, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm like looking through. I'm like,
I saw the tweet earlier, and I want to say it's 6.
7.
6 series in a row.
I'll look it up. I forgot. That's my job.
Okay, so let's talk about Yankees are leading the league in home runs with 37. And then we have the Braves at 36, and the Astros at 36, and the Angels at 36.
The Braves?
The Brewers, too. So we have a 4-way tie between the Braves, the Astros, the Angels, and the Brewers. Or 36 home runs, and the Yankees at 37.
And the Braves are doing that. Well, did you see the home run? I was going to say the Braves are doing that without Freeman, which I hate even saying his name. Just that whole dramatic thing ticked me off. But he hit against his own team. And
did he now?
Yeah, he had a home run against the Braves, against his own team.
Nice.
And there was like, I think that I saw it in between, because I stream MLB TV to watch the games. They'll show like past stuff, which usually ticks me off, because we'll be watching a Yankees game and they show like bad things about the Yankees.
What I hate is they'll show like a home run that was from like a previous game, and I'm like, oh, a home run! I get all excited, and I'm like, oh, they're just replaying it.
You're like, darn it! I'm trying to multitask.
I hate that. Yeah. I hate that.
But yeah, so I feel like I saw it on that, like not actually saw it, but like saw the clip for it. And I was like, wait, was that? Of course that was this year. So I looked it up, and lo and behold. And you have to, and I should have like prepped you and told you, but I didn't even know I was going to talk about this, because we're kind of winging this now. We're improvising right now. But basically, like, you should see the players' faces for the Braves when he hit that home run. Like, he was all excited. He's like, whoa! Like, and they were like, he's a Dodger now, blah, blah, blah. And then his friends were a little pissed off. The look on their faces, and like an entire team, they were like, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us, buddy.
Expect anything less from him, though? Let's be real.
Well, no, but it was just the drama. Again, he's dramatic.
Yeah, drama.
Reminds me.
It's good baseball.
Yeah, it's entertaining. Reminds me of A-Rod a little bit.
Ah, yeah, kind of love that.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of home runs, let's talk about the home run leaders right now are, you're not going to believe it, but Anthony Rizzo is still at 9.
Yeah.
CJ Cron, Aaron Judge, Willie Adames, and Yordan Alvarez. Let me pull up the stat on that. Hold on.
Yeah, the ones I have are they from Cron before this week?
Buxton. I forgot Buxton too. Buxton's at 9 too. Sorry. Okay, so we CJ Cron, Buxton, Judge, and Rizzo are all at 9, and Alvarez and Adames are at 8.
Did you see that? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that CJ Cron was for Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
You don't expect that.
No.
Right. I know that sounds like when you see it sounds so biased and so snotty, but I'm like, oh yeah, there's other baseball teams out there.
Right.
No offense, but I mean, like, it's like I ran into a Pirates fan once, and I was like, what's that like?
So, speaking of the bottom, if we want to kind of,
the bottom.
I know we're all for like Major League Baseball home runs and stuff, but can we at least just like relish in the fact that the Red Sox are like the third,
oh my gosh,
to last place in home runs? They only have 16,
and so below
them are the Royals and the Tigers.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, great.
My second most excited thing is the fact that like all this, that Mookie Betts only has 5 home runs. And that he's at the, I mean, that's not only, but I mean, like, he's at the bottom because just so many people talk about him. I mean, not so much this season, but I just felt like, oh my gosh, Mookie Betts. So it's just, that's just it. It's just, I'm sick of hearing it. But that's it. There's no more.
Tell me how you really feel.
There's no other meaning behind it. I'm just like, oh man. But that's, so the White Sox, obviously, they're the ones that beat the Red Sox. And with my husband being a White Sox fan, this is one of the other teams, obviously, that we'll watch. So I was watching our game up there. He's watching the White Sox downstairs. And he sent me this GIF that says, or this meme that said, like, it says, children eat for free if the Red Sox win. And then the picture underneath was like children starving. And I was like, that's not okay.
Right?
But funny, but
you're like,
no.
That's
yeah, I was like, very funny, but no.
Gosh.
It was anyways, sorry, how do you segue out of that?
What do we talk? We can't though. Okay, so hey, let's talk about some of these home runs that were hit.
Yeah.
And Stanton, although now they're saying that 461 was only like 421 feet. They're saying it wasn't 461.
Well, and it was windy. It was windy as hell.
Yeah, it was.
And so, like, so many of them would have gotten so much further out. Like, so many of them were going out, and they just like they hit a dead wall, like boom. Yeah. And that wind, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. I felt like it was Stanton. One of the attempts was Stanton after he got the home run. He was like, it looked like he was going to get another one, and it just shy. And it looked like it was going to go. It had the power behind it and everything, but that wind. And it just goes to show, they kept on talking the whole time about, I can't remember who they said the manager was that wanted to live where they could see where the flags were of the stadium so that he could figure out based on the weather. But you forget that sometimes, like how much... When you're watching it, you're like, oh, yeah, I mean, duh, it makes sense. But you forget how much that can change everything. You just really think about more just the rain. You forget about, oh, yeah, the wind's going to throw it off.
Yeah. I wonder if they even took that into account when building the stadium.
Well, I thought that was the
Which direction the wind is going to go?
I think they did. I thought that was the whole critical thing they put about it is because there was like a suction tube or whatever. The way the airflow went, like there was talk of this. I don't know if this is real. But people were talking about
or Twitter chatter.
Yeah, like so this is not credible. But as he kept on hearing that, or people who hated the Yankees were like, "Oh, well, they built it so that the airflow would go out and it'd be easier to hit home runs." Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, so if so, and it was allowed and legal and to code, then yeah, why not?
Yeah. Everybody, all the opponents also have to get that opportunity.
Yeah, it goes against us as well. Like there's more than one team that plays in the park. So but the fans like the home runs. So of course we do.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Well, when it's when it's against you.
So back to the home runs. Glaber had a walk off. Jorge Alfaro. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Alfaro. Man, that was speaking of faro, that was really far at 449 feet.
I knew you were going to do it.
Good, right?
I knew you were going to do it. I was hoping. Sorry.
113.4 miles per hour off the bat. And that was a walk-off.
Jeez.
So, right. He's on the Padres. So, let's see, another walk-off. Well, I mentioned it actually was Glaber. Now, Grand Slam. Okay, there was a couple of those. Jorge Soler had hit a Grand Slam. That was 405 feet and 111 miles per hour off the bat.
Jeez.
There was another one too. Let me go back and look at it.
Oh, look at this. In the search for trying to figure out like how many series we've won this year.
Yeah. 6 or 7?
6. But that's an older one. But so it doesn't do us any good. Well, what's more popping up in this is
so then 7? So then we won. If that was older, then it was 7.
Probably. Don't go off of me yet. Don't wait.
I knew it was 6 or 7. I couldn't remember.
I shouldn't have said anything. This is what it's like being Italian. We think out loud.
Oh, gotcha.
But no, and the reason I'm distracted is because searching how many series that we've won in this season. Of course, World Series pops up, and I didn't realize there's like a huge amount of people that think that the Yankees are going to win this year. I mean, I always hope they do, but
yeah,
like an insane amount. Well, with the way that they've been playing, and the way that they've been playing, and I don't want to jinx it, it's looking good. But
I'm shocked. The bullpen is like lights out.
Yeah, you never know, and I don't want to do all that. Oh man, I don't
want to jinx it.
Yeah, exactly. I want to take this out. I know this is unprofessional, but I gotta take the hits out.
Okay, so then I will do a filler and talk about the other Grand Slam was by Rowdy Tellez, and that was 453 feet. 453 feet at 111.6 exit velo.
Nice.
Yeah, that
right.
Was
that's
that
crazy.
looks like that's kind of the favor right there. Also, I didn't really see a lot of bat flips this week. Feeling like it's getting a little dry with the bat flips
releases, which you and I got into. Well, I wouldn't say we got into, but we disagreed for the first time. In our relationship together, we had our first disagreement.
Disagreeing with the bat flip expert?
Yes, wow. Because I don't think that it counts as a flip if there's not much of a flip. I mean,
no, you're right. I don't know. I'm good with a toss. If there's attitude with it.
Yes, there has
to
be.
If there's no attitude, if you're just kind of like dropping it.
If it's just gravity for convenience, but like I watched they had MLB had this chick come on, and I shouldn't say chick, lady, and she was talking about top bat flips, and there's like a name. Well, I don't know if there really is a name for all of them or if they were just giving them a name, but one of them I liked that she demonstrated was like, get that ball. It was called get that ball off me. So that's why I said I don't think it's real, because it just sounds.
See, maybe that's what we need to do next, is start naming the bat flips.
I like. So if we're gonna do
it,
if we're gonna name it, the one that Stanton did, then I'm just gonna name that one the press and release, because it was just more of like a.
He usually does some really good bat flips. Like, he's got some sass and some attitude, and I love it.
We're not getting a lot like I love. Like, where's the...
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed this season.
Maybe because it's still early.
You know what? Tatis is out, too, and he usually gives us some pretty good bat flips.
I know.
So,
that man can...
What are you going to do?
One of them that she listed on the bat flips... One of them that she listed in the bat flips was called, like, the walk it off. And and I don't think I've seen this one, where they get about halfway to, like, they're watching the whole thing, and they get about halfway to first base before they throw the bat away. Like, they're pretty much almost walking to the first base with it. And I was like, I don't think I've seen that one. Where I wouldn't hold on.
No, not really.
I wonder if anyone's.
I do love it when they stand there and watch it, though. I do like when they do that.
when they're just like,
and they're just
I know what
admiring
it. I think that was the name of one of the others. And but I do know that there was one time, and I really am the worst at this. I'll share stories, they'll pop up in my head and I don't remember the references. But I do know that there was one game when I first moved to Atlanta and went to go see the Braves, and this was like mid-90s. So before they played the Yankees in the World Series, so even earlier than that, 94. I don't remember. Anyways, and I remember seeing a player for the Braves. He got a home run, and he walked around all the bases with the bat in his hands. Like, he didn't let it go. He took it with him all the way around.
Are they allowed to do that?
I don't know, because he did it, but that was a long time ago. But I remember thinking as a kid, I said to my dad, I go, why didn't he let go like all the other players? And my dad's straight up answer was like, because he's an idiot. I was like, oh, I was like, okay. So I'm having enough on this. But I was like, well, aren't you supposed to drop it at some point? He goes, yeah, but he just took it. He held on to it like a safety.
Do you remember? That reminds me. Do you remember? I'm pretty sure it was Juan Soto who did it. Where who did it? It was Juan Soto who handed the bat to the first base coach. It was Juan Soto, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh. I'm pretty sure it was him, but that was nice.
I love those.
Oh my gosh!
I would do something like that. I told you, like, here, hold this.
Yeah, here, hold this. Take this. I gotta run the bases.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to talk about Nasty Nestor? Nasty Nestor.
We could, yeah. I mean, and you know what? Speaking of bat flips, the only bat flip that I really saw this week was from Glaber.
Yeah. And I still don't think that classifies, but I don't think that classifies, but I'll
Glaber?
Yeah.
Did you see? No, you're thinking of Stanton. You're thinking of Stanton. Glaber
sure?
had a legit bat flip. Yeah, absolutely. I sent it to you.
You did?
I did.
I mean,
maybe you need to go see it again, but I swear Glaber had a bat flip.
I remember that. Yeah. I looked at it, and that, So that thing with the flip, got it.
Yeah. Who's not doing their homework now, Jules?
I know. It's because I set the bar so high on the last one, and this one I'm like, I've got my facts. They're just not as organized as last time. But I'll hold up to it the next time. I think because I had some coffee last time.
Okay.
You know what they say, coffee helps the ADD brain.
Right. All right. So we are at 22 minutes, so we are just going to go ahead and end the stream.
Really? Oh, but we haven't talked about Nestor.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut that off.
The one thing I have 100% ready.
Go ahead, go for it, girl.
Okay. So Nestor Cortez, when he first started with us, you know, everyone he took advantage, and I love this about him, and I've loved him since the beginning. He took advantage of the fact that he was still trying to get the groove of things. So he, you know, there's a great video, and I'm going to give credit where it deserves, you know, that John Boy did amongst all the others, of all the different pitches that he does. And the one where he did like 12 billion pumps with the leg, and even
that was fantastic.
Like, I love it. I love that so he knew that he was still trying to gain stuff. So he was smart about it. And he's like, well, I'm just going to throw off the rhythm. And it worked. And
totally.
But now, so people were already like, you know, they're like, didn't think much. And I love that he's got like a Cinderella story going on.
Yeah.
That he's, and today he came this close to a no-no, as they call it.
Yes.
Of that name.
He went into the 8th inning with a no-no.
Yeah. And they were, and Boone, Boone was like, you know, I'm gonna let you stay in, but the second, you know, then I'm gonna pull you out, you know.
You know, they could pull him obviously once he got that hit. Then.
Oh yeah, well
he was over 100 pitches at that point. He looked comfortable though.
Oh yeah, he still. I mean, he was getting
even
tired.
with the hit, he looked comfortable.
Oh yeah, he was getting tired, but I mean, not that bad. I don't understand how games that we used to watch, pitchers would go much longer. I don't understand this whole short like number of.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm like, are they really that overworked? I shouldn't say that. I'm not a pitcher, but I don't get it. Like, I have literally.
I do feel like that there was a much stronger emphasis on starting pitchers versus like relievers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and it kind of shifted.
It used to be
maybe the 90s, the early 2000s, where I kind of feel
because it shifted sooner. I mean, later than that. It was pretty much like, because if you remember, because I remember seeing a game in the 2000s with Rivera. You know, they brought him in. They had their opener actually got as far as like was the only pitcher who was doing. I want to say it was Andy Pettit. And they kept him in until they needed to bring in the closer, and he was like, I'm good, and he was doing really well with it. So I mean, I guess it's like a question of back then. Maybe it was just we got spoiled with it, but this whole counting how many pitches.
Yeah.
Can't you just tell when your pitcher's done?
Yeah.
I know that might be a little ignorant of me to say, but like, can't you just tell when he's done? And like, you know, or when they feel that they're done? I mean, like I said, today's game with Nestor Cortes, like, you could tell he was just starting to get tired at the 8th inning. And that's impressive. I'm like, good for you, man. Right. And so he reminded, it was like very, very old school. And it was really more than just him being for the Yankees. I was just really wanting it for him because, like I said, he's like a Cinderella story. No one thought that he was going to even be the person that we.
I liked him right from the start.
Oh, me
right
too.
When they first brought him up, I liked him right from the start.
And did you? And just the entertainment he brings to the table on top of it just makes my day.
Yeah.
I mean, there's even a Twitter. Someone made a Twitter page for his apple. It's called like the apple that he eats. It's like I think it's called like Nasty Nestor's apple.
Oh gosh!
I saw it on there. I heard David Cohn talking about it. I was like, I gotta go check this out.
Oh
and it's
my gosh!
Someone made
I'm
it.
not surprised.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take much. I do love these parody accounts.
Yeah, they're kind of funny.
They're good.
So and so's hoodie, or so and so's hat, or so and so's. I don't even know.
Or like Glaber with glasses.
Glaber's glasses, yeah, I remember that.
That's a great one. So it's so like he let's see, I'm trying to look at it. So the facts I put down. So I'm gonna read it down to you. So okay, so it said that Cortes started the game with 7.1 no-hit innings against the Rangers. And within 5 outs, by the way. Then he was then he put us all on, started thinking, okay, wait a minute. You start realizing, he's had no hits. Wait a minute. You start realizing what's going on. And
he walked a lot. Like, I want to say like 6 batters, 5 or 6 batters. He walked a lot. Yeah.
Well, he struck out 11.
11. Yeah, I guess you can't complain, right? When you strike out 11.
After the one allowed hit, he struck out 11 players. But it was like that bit, like where you're just like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. And I don't think he realized right away either. I think he was just, and then it just clicked for him. I think someone had to tell him like, hey, this is what's up. And so, then let's see, I put, as Cortes was doing his thing, it took a while for the Yankees to do much of anything for themselves. But, thankfully Josh Donaldson hit a single. That was, I think not until the 4th inning though. So once again, for once in a while, we're not complaining about our pitching.
Right? Yeah, and I wasn't expecting that either. I was actually pretty nervous going into the season, thinking it was going to be a little bit more challenging, and it hasn't been. It's not at all. As a matter of fact,
surprised me too.
Like Cole was the one we started to have a little bit of a struggle with, which but it seems to they were just dominating.
Oh yeah,
the bullpen is dominating. Like
I don't know if it's a question of staff changing. I don't know if it's a question of just. I mean, we don't have too much to change, and now I understand. I'm kind of a little ticked because the whole thing when the trade was going down, we weren't. Everyone was pissed because Cashman wasn't getting any pitching, and little did we know we weren't gonna need it. But that I don't think that.
That's baseball, Susan. I mean, there's no way to predict any of that. So,
so it's odd.
Let's hope it continues through the rest of the year. Let's hope that this is like a continuing trend and not just, you know, the first month of the season.
Right. I'm just nervous because and then I'll cut short after this, but previous usual typical Yankees is that we suck in the beginning.
Right. This is kind of the opposite.
Come June and July, we start hitting. So I'm a little nervous on how well we're doing so early.
I think the offense still needs to kind of pick it up a bit.
By far.
Like, there's too many games where there's one run.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe a couple of hits.
How many times are we going to see the bases loaded? And then we're just going to... How many times?
Why is that? I want to say that has been like a continuing issue for probably the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's become our thing.
Yes.
And it's like...
Still winning games, though.
Yeah, again...
Which is kind of crazy, to be honest.
But if you look at the games that we're winning, it's all like by 1 run, 2 runs. And I'm not complaining. A win's a win. A W is a W. But it's really pitching, holding it together. And they, Glaber was in an odd position this on Sunday. Wasn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't I see him standing over by first? Something.
Was he really? You mean he shifted over toward first?
Yeah. I saw it, and he played really well there. And I want to say that's what I saw, because I remember looking at it, going, "Well, what's he doing over there?" And he did really well with it. I'm hoping Glaber's waking up. I'm hoping everything's gonna. Yeah. But I'm so superstitious with this stuff.
And speaking of which, can we talk about how, I'm afraid to jinx this, but like how low our errors are right now?
Yeah.
I mean, let me go and pull that up real quick. I mean, we're going off on a tangent here. We really are. We're going off of the usual.
Well, we went on a tangent because this is just an odd place. Like there were plenty of seasons in the past, and I'm not gonna lie. Like even way back, we're talking about like around like 2006. Our biggest slump. The transitioning between things. And I would not start watching the Yankees till May. I would watch it here and there, but like I wouldn't, because I knew how they worked. And this
you want to hear something amazing? I'm so sorry that I'm interrupting you, but this is like really cool. We are last in league, last with only 7 errors. At the bottom.
Who is the most?
Okay, let's find that out. That would be the Pirates.
Told you.
I was like, Pirates, Diamondbacks, Athletics, and Nationals, the Orioles. And the White Sox.
Yeah.
I kind of thought they would do a little bit better than what they're doing.
They're not that bad. They're just, I've been watching.
They're not bad. No, and maybe it's because of the errors.
Just sloppy.
I don't know.
There's a lot of just sloppy playing, like just little stuff. Like they need to get back to the basics. If I were someone who was giving advice to the White Sox, that would be it. Like they're making the errors on basic stuff.
I actually, because of their pitching, I thought that they would be doing better than they have been. But
to quote my husband, who's a White Sox fan, anytime anyone asks him how the White Sox are doing, he goes, "Nah." He's like, I don't even know. He's like, even on times where they're doing really well, he's like, I've just been, programmed to respond that way because you never know. And I felt like, I can't remember, it was last season or season before that where they got really close and then just jumped off. And as much as I'm, of course, a Yankees fan, always a Yankees fan, I would love to see them do well, and because they've been rebuilding, and I felt like they got to a point where the White Sox rebuilt, like they were going to get something, and then it didn't happen, and now they're back down here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so from what I hear, that's what it's like being a White Sox fan. But as long as they keep beating the Red Sox, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
That's all I.
All right.
Yep.
We're gonna end it like that. Yeah.
Yep. Brought to you by glass. It holds things.
Water. Last week was water. This week is by glass, right?
Brought to you by glass. Don't break it.
Okay, great advice. Okay. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you next weekend.
Sounds good.